Hello, happy Monday. I'll let you guys pop on here a little bit, make sure everything's working. Looks like we're a go. All right, so happy Monday. I have a really fun traditional type Christmas card to make tonight. I think you guys, it's very easy. I think you guys will like this one, hopefully. It does use some, it does use the party banner dies, which are so much fun. But we will get to making that in a moment. But I just thought I'd pop on here. And we'll start our day here. Let some people pop on. Let's see, is anybody on here yet? Let's see if my comments are working. All right, so again, like I said, we will be doing a very traditional card. It's pretty simple. I'm using the bundle A Little Cheer. I'm not sure. I think that was an online exclusive. I don't believe that was in the catalog. Let me just double check on that. I believe that was an online exclusive. Hi, Karen. Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome. I can't remember if A Little Cheer bundle was in the catalog or if it is a, let's see. It looks like it's not in the catalog. So I think it must have been an online exclusive then. Yeah, they are pretty cool. And I was quite shocked at how large they actually are. I'll show you guys them when when I flip you guys down. But I was surprised at the size of them. You could make some pretty cool banners with that. And some cards and stuff. So let's see, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the giveaway, which I'll be, once I turn you guys down, I have the wheel all loaded up with your guys' name. We'll spin, we'll see who'll win those cute little tags that I made last week. What else is going on? There is a challenge for us demonstrators, so we would like to sell kits this month. So if we can sell 10 or more kits, we get a paper pack for free. So if you guys were thinking about buying kits, were interested in the kits, go buy some kits, especially this month. And if I meet my goal, there'll be a special little thing I'll do for everybody who bought a kit from me. So if you guys, if I can make my goal, get the 10 kits from you guys this month, then like I said, I will do a little something special for everybody who ordered a kit from me. So that's what's going on. What else is going on? Oh, there's a new online exclusives are being released tomorrow. That's exciting. As demonstrators, we are able to shop that. So Karen and I, because we're both demonstrators, we've been able to shop those online exclusives for about a month now. I love the online exclusives. You never know what you're going to get. They are specifically online, so you will not find these in any catalogs or anything like that. You have to go to my shop at chris.stampinup.net to shop these. They will be uploaded tomorrow. You guys will be able to purchase all the new online exclusives. There's a couple of new kits dropping tomorrow too. So again, if you guys can help me get my incentive, I will definitely make it worth your while. I will be doing a little something special for anybody who orders a kit this month for me once I meet that 10 kits sold. So there's a new class starting, so I don't know if any of you guys, I did not purchase the kit. Oh my gosh, there's so many online exclusives. I can't even keep track a lot of times of the online stuff, so it's a lot of fun. There is a new class starting, so I don't know if anybody, I did mention to you guys about the class last couple of times. I forget what the class was called. But that's still available if you guys want it. There's a new one dropping tomorrow with the online exclusives. It's the Brushed with Beauty craft class. So that will be available to purchase tomorrow. You can go ahead and, what was I going to say? You can go ahead and, oh, you can purchase it tomorrow. Let me see if I have that's the mini catalog. There we go. You can purchase it tomorrow, but it will not be available live until when is it? The 20th, November 20th. So if you purchase it now, you will be able to have access to the class November 20th. Hello, Amy. Welcome. Happy Monday. And then if you do miss it on the 20th live, don't worry about it. You still will have access to it. It just won't be live. You'll have the pre-recorded version of it once you buy that class. And the classes, from what I've been told from people who have bought the classes, they just love the first class. There is a lot of projects to make with it. Hi, Maura. Welcome. Happy Monday. So there was a lot of projects, and there was cards and all kinds of things you can make with the craft class. So if you are a seasoned crafter, a intermediate, or a brand new crafter, the craft class will go through everything with you. It is very awesome to have a class like that. So that, again, will be, you can purchase that tomorrow on my website, chris.stampinup.net. It will live stream on the 20th. And then that's about all that I have today to tell you about that. So we're just going to swing you down and we're going to get started. I'm going to first do the giveaway from last week. But let me just make sure before I pop you guys down. Oh, Amy, you just placed an order. That's awesome. I've got one coming. I think it's supposed to be here Friday. I forgot what I ordered already. So let's see what we got here. I don't want to make you guys seasick. Let's see here. All right. And then we're going to go ahead, like I said, and get that giveaway. Those cute little tags that I made last week. I'll show you them. I got them all bagged up. All right, I think we're good to go here. Let me take this picture off. Those are the tags that I made last week. If you guys joined me, you watched me make them. We made them together. Super cute. So I'm going to give you guys 6 of these tags, 2 each of the designs. Whoever wins. So I have you guys in the wheel here. I only had 5 of you guys enter. So, but again, if you guys want to enter this week's giveaway of the card I'm making tonight, just comment giveaway in the comments and then I will know that you're interested. All right, we're gonna go ahead and, well, let's see, let me just name who I have in here. I have Karen, Amy, Roseanne, Diane, and Tina. So good luck, ladies. Let's see who's gonna win. Diane, woohoo! All right, so you will get these, wow, that is loud. You will get these tags in the mail from me. I will mail them out sometime this week, and I will pop a little something extra in there because I always do that. But I know, Diane, you said you weren't really a tag person, so there you go. I loved making them. They were fun. So again, if you guys want to enter the giveaway, I do a giveaway every week of whatever I'm making. So tonight I'm going to make this card, and I'm going to show you guys how to make this card. It's super easy. Look at how traditional that card is. A traditional Christmas card. My thing is so crooked and it's driving me nuts. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how I made this card. It's really easy. It is using the little cheer. So you get the stamp set, and also these 3 punches. So you get a stocking. Well, you can see them right on here. They're small, but they're so darn cute. So you can see the stocking, the tree, and the star. So that if you buy the bundle, you'll get all of these together. It comes with the punches, or you can buy them separately. But you save 10% when you buy them in bundle, just depending. I'm not sure on this one. I think you do. Let me just double check on this one. Let's see. A little cheer. Yes, you do save 10% when you buy the bundled set of that. So, and this here, you don't need a stamp emboss machine for this Stampin' cut emboss machine. This one, you just use your punches and the stamp set. So this is so cute. It's everything's small. So again, this would be good for tags also. So you could use tags like I did with these guys here. You could use these things on tags too. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started here. There is a couple of things I want to announce. There's some low inventory items. Oh, Amy, well now here you go. I don't know if you have the banners, but if you don't have the party banner dies, you could use any of your dies with this. I just thought the party banners were so cute to use. But if you have any dies, any shapes, you can just use them. I know we all have the stitched shaped dies because they've been around forever. I know we don't have them currently, but you could use those. And you could use just one die, but it really pops out the colors. The white just blends right in. I had just the one banner punch here, but then I put the other one behind it, and that just popped everything out. So what you're going to need, it's very simple, you guys. And let me show you those banner punches anyways before we get going here. These are the party banner dies, not punches. Party banner dies, and they are quite an arrange of banners. Now look at how big this banner is. This is the largest banner, so you could have a lot of fun making some banners with this. Christmas banners, Thanksgiving. So, and that's just the largest. So if you wanted something a little smaller. So with this die, or with this card, I used the 2 smallest ones. So I used these 2. That one I cut 3 out with the basic white, and this was with the garden green. So these are quite fantastic. I've been using these quite a bit. Do you guys, does anybody have the party banner dies? Let's see. Yeah, the stitch dies would work. I'm sure you probably have the stitch dies. I think we all went nuts when the stitch dies came out. Well, not many years, but a few years ago. And those were quite popular. All right, so let's go ahead and take a scrap piece of paper, and we're going to do our punching on this, or our stamping, and then we're going to punch it out. So let's do that first. You're going to just need a scrap piece. You're going to stamp out the tree, the star, and the stocking. And we're going to stamp them out in red, real red, and garden green. So let me just get a block here. I'm going to stamp out the stocking and the star in real red. So when you stamp these out, you just want to make sure you stamp it to where there's enough. Did you guys? Yeah, you guys see that. Where there's enough room to punch that out. So I'm going to just stamp and punch so I can show you guys. So there's the little stocking. Just going to line that up just like so. Punch that out so you guys see how tiny that is. But it's super cute. I'm going to set that to the side. Then I'm going to bring in the star. Oh, I forgot. I was like, oh, there's some low inventory items, and then I never told you. The low inventory items right now are the basic white, mini glue dots, and the simple chamois. So they're just on low inventory. They're still available. But if that was something you were thinking of buying in the future, I wouldn't hesitate. I would get those purchased. Plus, you do need those items for this card. You don't need the simple chamois, but I like the simple chamois. So there's the star. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to, nope, we're not going to punch that out with the stocking. We're going to use the star. So these line right up. Set that to the side. And then the last guy will be the Christmas tree. And of course, we're going to stamp that out in garden green. Grab the Christmas tree here. And then we're going to take our little tree punch, just punch that right out. Oops. So I've set these all to the side here. And then, oh, you guys, you didn't tell me, you can't see. All right, let me flip. I'm kind of crooked, aren't I? There we go. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to leave the real red out. I'm all done with the garden green. We're going to just put that right away. And let me just clean off this tree here. Have you guys been working on any craft projects? What was I going? Oh, the Merry Christmas. We're going to use the Merry Christmas in here. So they're separate. So what I'm going to do is take my block here, and on the graph paper I'm going to line these up so I can get them on my block fairly straight. So I'm just going to use the lines of the graphing paper here and set these up so that they're even. They're so sticky. All right, so that looks about good. And then I'm just going to pick both those up with my block. And then what I'm going to do is on this card, I have the Merry Christmas stamped on this little piece of basic white. So I cut that out. I'll get both those out. I have a garden green on there, so you can see that garden green just lines up, shows up a little bit in the background there. The basic white is cut at, where is that, 1.5 by 2 1/4, and then your garden green, to give that little background around there, I cut that at 5/8 by 2 3/8, and the measurements are listed in the video description. So we're going to go ahead and just stamp on this little white piece here. But yeah, we're going to do real red on here. I love the way this Merry Christmas is printed. All right, let's see if I can get this straight. So this is going to be stamped right in the middle of that basic white. Perfect. And then that's it for the stamping on this card. Super simple, like I told you guys. Easy peasy. I mean, you could really stamp, go crazy with the stamping if you wanted to. Oh, Karen, that sounds fun. She's always doing classes. I love to hear that. Karen does her little get-togethers and her classes, and she's always busy doing the classes. So that sounds like fun. I can't wait to see what you're making, Karen. All right. So now let's see, what are we going to do? Let's put that to the side. Let's grab our base, which is garden green. So if you guys don't know, this is A2 size, which is 8.5 by 5.5 and fold at 4 1/4. That's your standard card size. I'm just going to take the bone folder, break those fibers so this card opens and closes very easily. And then this card's going to actually go this way. Now I have already pre-cut and run this through the cut stamp embossing machine. This one here is real red and it's cut at 5 1/4 by 4. I love this folder. It is the Plaid, Forever Plaid 3D folder. So it's quite large and it gives such an awesome plaid texture on there. And I just figured this would go perfect with Christmas. So I'm just going to glue this down flat on the front of that card. Just like so. Does anybody else have this folder? I'm going to use my Stampin' seal on this. So when we emboss with these folders, there's the Stampin' Up logo. The Stampin' Up logo will always make the card embossed on that side, and then this side is the de-embossed side where it's not as prevalent. So just remember that when you're running your embossing, your cardstock through the embossing folders. The Stampin' Up side is the way you want it if you want everything raised and you want it embossed. If you want it to be the opposite and not embossed and you want it de-embossed, then you would use this side. So you would just flip it. But sometimes when you're making your cards, it makes a difference on what you're, which way you're putting your stuff in your embossing folder. So I'm just using the Stampin' seal on this. And I made sure I used extra because it is lumpy, so I want to make sure it sticks. And then as you guys can see, it's going to just, that garden green is going to frame that so nicely. So that is, I wish you guys could feel the texture of this. I love this embossing folder. All right, so let's go ahead and glue our Merry Christmas onto our garden green. You could use your liquid glue. I'm just going to use the Stampin' seal on this. And again, that garden green is going to frame that up nicely. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to set that to the side. And then let's bring in our banners, our punches here. And again, if you don't have the party banners, use any of your shape dies for this. Or your punches. I know some of you guys have punches. All right. So let's get these guys all glued on here. With the banner dies, you can tell the back side when you cut them out versus the front side. It's hard to tell here, but you'll see there's like a little line going around that kind of highlights that banner. So that's the side you want to stick on the front here. And then what you're going to do is just center these over that green. I'm going to do that on each of them. And just be careful if you do use the liquid glue that liquid glue, a little goes a long way. So there they are. And then I'm going to go ahead and line these up on the front of my card. Now these are going to go in the center. Oh, I'm all out. Let's see if I have another. So this you just throw away. If you guys have never changed one of these, you keep your little shell. And then I have the refills here. And then you just put this in here. Snap that on and you're good to go. So easy. We're going to try to center these. They're going to go in the middle, but up towards the top, but not right at the top. So you can see here, they're not right at the top, but they're close to the top here, if that makes sense. What I like to do is start on the end, then I'll go to the other end. Try to make sure they're even. It's hard because you have that plaid design back there, and the plaid design is not even. So don't try to line it up with any of the plaid design there. And then this one's going to go right here, and I'm going to try to move this over a little. That's the one thing with this. I didn't really press these down yet until I knew what I was going to do. I just kind of tapped on them lightly. Once you press them down, then you're kind of stuck with them. It looks about good. And then this guy we're going to lay flat down here with the Stampin' seal. If you feel more comfortable with the liquid glue because you have time to move them around, you could use that too. Just gonna make sure that's in the center. There you go. This one's a little, you know what? I stuck it down, so I'm stuck with it. And then before I pop these guys up, we're going to go on the inside. And because it's a darker based card, you want to frame that up with a piece of basic white. So there's a place to write. You could also decorate this piece. I chose to just put it in there. But this piece is cut 5 1/4 by 4. It's basic white, and you're just going to layer that on the inside of that card. That. And again, like I said, I've got some glue there. You can stamp on the inside or just leave it plain, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to put the final touches on this. So these guys are quite small. You're going to need if you want to pop them up, you're going to need the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I just had them here. Here they are. So these guys are half the size of our large ones. And the star and the tree, you can get away with one on there, but that stocking, you need to cut one of these little minis down. So I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to snip one of these in half while it's still on my paper, because I did it earlier. I took one off, snipped it in half, and half of it went flying in my craft room someplace. So then you just want to stick that little guy right on that stocking. And then we're just gonna pull these backings off. I put the tree in the middle. And then you can put the star in the stocking wherever. Try to center them in there if you can. And then the final touch is the little bows here. Now I cannot make a bow to save my life. I have the all-in-one tool. It's not by Stampin' Up, but it's this board here, and it's got all kinds of things. And in here are little rods that I can put in here and tie my bows however big. I just use these to make those bows because I cannot tie a bow for the life of me. So if you have a bow making machine, use it, or if you are really good at tying the bows, then have at it. And then to put these on, I'm going to put a bow on top of each of these, but I'm going to use the glue dots to put those on. So before I put them on, well, let's put them on and then we can always trim them afterwards. So right where the knot is, I'm going to pick up a glue dot. I'm going to pick up a glue dot with my other finger. Oh, boy. All right, let me put that right there. And then we're just going to put that bow on top of here. Of course, that bow is twisted now. There we go. This is the real red and white baker's twine. I used that last week on the tags, so if you guys remember that, that's really festive ribbon for this time of year. And then one more. I don't know if you guys can hear my child in the background yelling for his dog. I always tell him, I'm going to do a Facebook Live, be quiet. They don't listen to me. I think the bows are the worst part of this card. I mean, it's a good part, but it's they're annoying. So now I'm just going to take my paper snips and just kind of trim those ribbons up. Those are very dull. Grab these. These ones I know are sharp. This bow is just giving me a trouble. All right. And that's it. Whoops. So you can see, you can mess around with those bows afterwards and get them right, but you can see how cute that card is. I kept it really simple. Of course, you can glam it up. You can do whatever you want with it, but I thought it was fun to make a very traditional Christmas card, and I love this set. This set is super cute. It is just, it screams Christmas. As you can tell, there's lots of Christmas stuff in there. So, and you even have the to and from that you could use on tags if you wanted to. I think those are together. To and from. Yep, they're together. So very close together. We talked about that last week. So let's see. Yes, bows are terrible. I cannot even stand the bows. They do have bow machines out there, little things. You can get them on anywhere. They have the little bow with the wooden dowels that help you make the bows. I cannot make a bow, so I need them. This tool that I have is called the all the Works, I think. The Works all-in-one tool. And that one is from We Are Memory Makers. So, oh, thank you, Maura. They're so fun and it's easy. And if I didn't have the products, I couldn't make them so cute. So that's that one, the little cheer with the punches. The punches are adorable. I love the punches. I don't know where the other one, oh, here it is. So that's that set. If you guys want to pick that up, I think it's a cute little set for any of your Christmas things. And it's perfect size for tags or decorating stuff. So let me flip you guys back up. Don't forget to, and I know you're going to be upside down, don't forget to comment if you guys want a chance to win this card. I will pick the winner next week. Like I did this week, I'll do a Facebook Live. So I'll put all the numbers in the spinning wheel, or the names in the spinning wheel, and I will pick those up. Yeah, it's pretty easy. So I think, Amy, if you start playing with that one, you're going to like that set. I love it because, I don't know, it's cute. It's tiny, so. And it doesn't have dies, and I know a lot of people don't have the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Or if you're a new crafter and you're just starting out and you're not sure, the punches are a great way to expand your crafting stuff. And then, of course, you're going to get addicted and you're going to not want to stop at punches. You're going to want to go to the die. So then you're going to have the Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. So, but thank you guys so much for joining me. It was a little shorter than my normal Facebook Live, but it was a pretty easy card. So, but if you guys put the word giveaway in the comments, and then I'll enter you next week for a chance to win that card and a little something extra. And then I will tune in. I will see you guys next Monday for our next creative adventure. So take care, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and being here. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.